My dear friend, if you are sitting here today wondering what will happen to you when your body grows weaker and your hands no longer respond the way they used to, I want to share something with you. You see, many people believe that when they can no longer take care of themselves in old age, the only option is a nursing home. That image of a sterile hallway, a lonely room, and the echo of footsteps at night terrifies so many. But I want you to know that you are not a machine to be parked away. You are a living, breathing story, a soul filled with memories and dreams that deserve more than that. And there are options, real and loving options, that will keep you connected to life, to love, and to dignity. Let me start by telling you about aging in place with home care services. This is not just a theoretical idea. It is a proven approach that has brought comfort and joy to millions of seniors. According to a study published by the AARP, nearly 90% of seniors want to stay in their own homes as they age. Imagine waking up to your own window view, the familiar smell of your kitchen, and the creaks in the floorboards that tell your story. With home care, trained professionals come to you. They help with bathing, dressing, preparing meals, and even managing medications. But more than that, they bring companionship. They listen to your stories. They become part of your rhythm. In a research article from the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, seniors receiving home care reported higher satisfaction and lower rates of depression compared to those living in nursing homes. Staying at home means staying surrounded by your memories, your photographs, and your garden. It means remaining the author of your day. Now let us talk about living with family. Many elders fear being a burden. I hear this every day from my patients. But I tell them that love is not a burden. It is a blessing. In many cultures, elders live with their children and grandchildren. This creates a bond between generations that strengthens the whole family. Studies show that seniors who live with family have a lower risk of cognitive decline and feel a greater sense of purpose. The American Psychological Association highlights that intergenerational households encourage mental stimulation and emotional resilience. Imagine sitting with your grandchildren, teaching them your favorite song or sharing stories about your childhood. You become a living bridge between the past and the future. Even if your family needs help supporting you, they can combine their love with professional aides who visit the home. This approach gives you both care and connection. Then there are assisted living communities. You might wonder, how are these different from nursing homes? Well, assisted living is designed to promote independence while providing the support you need. Residents have private or semi-private apartments. They can decorate them, bring their favorite chair, and make the space truly theirs. There are communal dining areas, gardens, and activities tailored to different interests. You can join an art class, take part in music therapy, or simply sit under a tree and enjoy a good book. The National Institute on Aging states that seniors in assisted living communities often report higher levels of happiness than those in nursing homes because they maintain a sense of autonomy. You are surrounded by people who share your stage of life, and yet you are free to decide how you spend your days. That freedom is priceless. Another alternative that is gaining popularity is the concept of co-housing. Imagine a small neighborhood designed specifically for seniors. You have your private living space, but you share common areas like gardens, kitchens, and activity rooms with a small community of people who become your friends. This model started in Denmark and has spread around the world. In these communities, everyone contributes, whether it is cooking a meal, tending to a shared vegetable patch, or organizing a movie night. According to research published in the Gerontologist, co-housing fosters a strong sense of belonging and reduces feelings of loneliness. You are not just a resident, you are a vital part of a small village. You look out for each other, you laugh together, you share birthdays, and when you feel down, there is always someone nearby to lift your spirits. Finally, let us discuss continuing care retirement communities. These are places where you can start off living independently and gradually receive more care as you need it. You never have to move again. You stay within the same supportive environment as your needs change. This approach is backed by solid research from the National Institutes of Health, which found that seniors in these communities have better overall health outcomes and greater life satisfaction Because they do not experience the stress of frequent moves, you maintain your friendships, your routines, and your sense of belonging. You can start by living in your own apartment, cooking your own meals, and taking care of yourself. As time goes on, if you need help with daily activities or medical care, it is provided right there. There is no sudden upheaval, no abrupt change in surroundings. Instead, there is continuity and peace. When I talk to my patients about these options, I see the light return to their eyes. They realize that aging does not have to mean surrendering their identity. It does not have to mean isolation. We know from countless studies that loneliness and depression in seniors lead to faster cognitive decline and even higher mortality rates. The Harvard Study of Adult Development, which has followed people for more than 75 years, clearly shows that strong relationships keep us happier and healthier throughout life. So choosing an alternative to a nursing home is not just about physical comfort. It is about mental health, emotional well-being, and ultimately, about living rather than merely existing. I want to share a story about one of my patients, Mrs. Patel. She was a school teacher for 40 years, loved gardening and reading poetry. When she could no longer manage her garden alone, her daughter suggested moving to a nursing home, but Mrs. Patel wanted to stay home. They found a wonderful home care nurse who not only helped with physical tasks but also learned about her favorite flowers. Together, they planted new blooms every season. Mrs. Patel told me one day, "Doctor, every morning when I see the flowers, I feel alive. I do not feel like a patient. I feel like myself." That is the power of choosing the right care. Or take Mr. Ramirez, who moved into a co-housing community after his wife passed away. At first, he felt lost, but in that community, he found new friends who played chess with him every afternoon. He started painting again, something he had not done in decades. One day he called me and said, "I thought my story was over, but I found a new chapter." His health improved, his blood pressure stabilized, his spirit lifted. These stories are not rare exceptions. They are happening everywhere, but they require us to think beyond the conventional, to believe that love, companionship, and dignity are not luxuries, but necessities. As a doctor, I can tell you that the body responds to care in surprising ways. The immune system strengthens when you feel emotionally supported. Wounds heal faster. Medications work better when there is trust and joy in your environment. This is not magic, it is biology, proven by studies in psychoneuroimmunology that show the connection between emotional states and physical health. I also want to remind you that it is never too late to plan, whether you are in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. You can begin to discuss these options with your family and loved ones. You can tour assisted living communities, explore co-housing groups, or talk to agencies that provide home care services. You can even combine approaches. Maybe you live with family now, and later move into a continuing care community. The important thing is to remain the decision maker in your story. In our culture today, we often rush to solutions that seem efficient, but you are not a problem to be solved. You are a person to be cherished. Aging should not strip away your choices. Instead, it should invite new ways to remain engaged and vibrant. I want you to think about what gives you joy. What makes you feel like yourself? Is it tending to plants, cooking meals for your grandchildren, painting, reading, or singing? Whatever it is, that is the heart of your life, and any care plan should protect and nurture that heart. My dear friend, you do not have to go to a nursing home if you cannot take care of yourself. You have options, real, tangible, life-affirming options. You can age in place with home care. You can live with family and build intergenerational love. You can choose assisted living that respects your independence. You can join a co-housing community that fills your days with friendship. Or you can move into a continuing care community that grows with you as your needs change. Choose a path that makes you feel alive. Choose a path that honors the chapters you have already lived and the ones yet to come. Remember, your story is not over. You are still the author, you still hold the pen, and I, as your doctor and your friend, will always encourage you to write a story filled with love, dignity, and purpose, because you deserve nothing less. How do you keep your emotional health strong as you age? My dear friend, as we grow older, we often focus on keeping our bodies strong. We talk about exercise, balanced meals, and medications. But there is another part of us that needs just as much care: our emotional health. Our hearts and minds carry stories from every decade we have lived, from the joyful laughter of childhood to the tears of loss and change. Protecting that inner world is not just a luxury. It is as essential as taking your morning pills or going for your daily walk. I want to tell you today that keeping your emotional health strong as you age is not only possible, it is necessary for a happy and meaningful life. You might wonder how to do this when life sometimes feels like a series of losses. You lose friends, you lose roles that defined you, your body changes, and your independence might feel threatened. But research shows that emotional health is not determined only by what happens to us. It is shaped by how we respond and how we stay connected to meaning and to others. A landmark study from Harvard that has been running for more than 75 years found that the single greatest predictor of happiness and good health in old age is the strength of our relationships. People who felt connected to family, friends, or community were not only happier, but also lived longer and had fewer health problems. This tells us that emotional health starts with connection. Every phone call, every visit, every warm smile is like medicine for your heart. Another powerful way to protect your emotional health is to keep a sense of purpose. Many seniors feel lost when they retire or when their children no longer need them in the same way. But purpose does not disappear with age. It simply transforms. Maybe you used to work in an office or care for a large family. Now you can find new ways to contribute. You might volunteer at a local school or library. You might teach a younger neighbor how to cook your favorite recipe. You might write letters or share your stories. A study published in the journal JAMA Psychiatry found that older adults with a strong sense of purpose had a lower risk of developing disabilities and lived longer lives. When you wake up each day with a reason to get out of bed, you feed your spirit as much as your body. Staying emotionally strong also means accepting help when you need it. Many elders feel ashamed to ask for support. They fear becoming a burden. But asking for help is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. It allows others to show their love and reminds you that you are not alone. When you let someone hold your hand or listen to your worries, you build a bridge between your heart and theirs. A report from the National Institute on Aging states that seniors who maintain social ties and do not isolate themselves show lower rates of depression and anxiety. Accepting help does not mean giving up independence. It means sharing the journey. It is also important to care for your emotional health by nurturing your mind. Lifelong learning keeps the brain active and gives you a feeling of progress. You might read new books, take an online class, learn a language, or even start painting. A study from the University of Texas found that seniors who engaged in mentally challenging activities improved their memory and felt more confident in daily life. The joy of learning something new sparks curiosity and reminds you that you are still growing. You are still alive in every sense. Finding ways to express your feelings is another powerful tool. Many seniors grew up in times when talking about emotions was discouraged. You were told to stay strong, to keep silent. But holding feelings inside can hurt you more than you know. It raises stress levels and can even affect your physical health. Talking to a trusted friend, joining a support group, or even writing in a private journal can be healing. Researchers at the University of Rochester Medical Center found that expressing emotions helps lower blood pressure and reduce symptoms of anxiety. When you give voice to your feelings, you lighten the load on your heart. Nature also plays a role in emotional health. Spending time outdoors can reduce feelings of sadness and anxiety. Walking in a park, gardening, or simply sitting in the sunshine helps regulate mood and increases feelings of peace. A study from Stanford University showed that spending as little as 90 minutes in nature reduced activity in the part of the brain linked to depression. You do not have to climb mountains. Just feel the breeze on your face and listen to the birds sing. It reminds you that life is larger than our worries. Forgiveness is another hidden key to emotional strength. As we age, we often carry regrets and old grudges. These heavy stones weigh down our spirit. Letting go is not about forgetting the pain or saying what happened was right. It is about freeing yourself from the prison of bitterness. Studies have shown that people who forgive experience lower levels of stress and live longer lives. You deserve that freedom. You deserve to feel light inside. Finally, practicing gratitude can transform your emotional health. Every morning or before bed, think of 3 small things you are thankful for. It might be the taste of your tea, a call from a friend, or the sound of rain on the roof. A study published in the journal Psychology and Aging found that seniors who regularly practiced gratitude felt more satisfied with their lives and had fewer symptoms of depression. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lost to what remains. It brings warmth to even the hardest days. Remember, my friend, emotional health is not something you achieve once and forget. It is a garden you tend every day. It grows with kindness, connection, purpose, and care. It is the foundation that supports you when your body feels weak and when life feels heavy. It is what makes you feel truly alive. So I want you to think about what makes your heart sing. Who brings you joy? What activities make you forget the clock? Whose face makes you smile? Hold on to these. Water them like precious plants. You are not just surviving these years. You are meant to thrive, to feel joy, and to continue giving your light to the world. You have already lived through storms and sunshine. You have wisdom written in the lines of your face and the softness of your hands. Keeping your emotional health strong is your gift to yourself and to everyone who loves you. It is the quiet strength that carries you forward. And I promise you, as your doctor and your friend, that every step you take toward protecting your heart and mind is worth it. You deserve peace, purpose, and deep joy every single day you wake up to see the morning light.